Hi, this is Nathan from CodeCreate and welcome to tutorial 2 of the Minecraft modding series. This lesson we're going to be focusing on loops. Now if you aren't too familiar with the coding concept, loops are essentially a way which we can repeat an action over and over again. For example, when you walk, you don't think left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. You simply think I step forward with my left foot, I step forward with my right foot, and repeat over and over again until I reach my destination. So similarly, when you're coding, you don't want to have to write this same line of code every single time. We can use a loop to repeat this action over and over again for us. So today we're going to be using that concept to make a vending machine, where this vending machine can dispense multiple items. For example, it could dispense 100 gold, 200 apples, whatever you want it to dispense, and a lot of them. So let's first make our texture. So I've already pre-made my texture. So if we head over into textures and I double click on my texture, you'll be able to see that I have already pre-made this texture, which you can use. Students will of course need to make their own. If you can't remember how to make textures, please refer back to the previous tutorial, and that should have a step-by-step walkthrough of how to make a texture. Just remember to save this as a block, and assuming that's been done, head back to mod elements, and we're going to first make our procedure. So if we hit this green plus icon in the top left, and then we select procedure, and we're going to name this vend, or vending machine. So vend, click OK, and that's going to take us to this procedures menu. So we might have seen this last week, but we haven't explored all the tabs yet. So what we're interested in today is down in the top left, this blue one, logic and loops. So if we click on that, that's going to give us a few options, and we're going to grab this fourth one down, repeat certain number of times. So we're going to grab that and drag it into straight underneath the event trigger, and we're going to need to do an action. We can find our actions up in world management. These are going to be the most common actions which you might want to do, although of course if your students want to explore the other options, they're more than welcome to. So today we're going to scroll down a little bit, and we're going to grab this spawn gem. So this will spawn in a Minecraft item. In this case, I'm going to decide to spawn in gold ingots. Scroll over to the ingots, select ingot, and then hit OK. Once that's done, you should see that a gold ingot has now appeared inside your action. Now if we want to then repeat this and spawn, for example, 100 gems, we can go down to math, because I'm thinking I need a number, and then the very first option that we get, 0, this number option up here, we can drag that into the repeat something times, and we can just type in however many gold ingots we want to spawn. So let's say I want to spawn a full stack, so 64, and hit enter, and we're done. So to confirm this procedure, click next, and this should return you back to the main menu. Now we're ready to make our vending machine block, so head back to the plus icon and make sure that block has been selected. Now we're going to name this vending machine. Remember no spaces. Go down to and press OK. Then as usual, we select our texture which we want to use. So in the blue one, we click the grey box and then select the texture we want to use. Hit select, and then we see that it appears in all our faces. Of course, this is a bit boring, so if your student wants to experiment with having different faces on each side of their cube, they're more than welcome to experiment there. For now, we're just going to click next. The only thing here which is mandatory to change is the name in GUI. Again, this is the name which appears inside the game, so I'm going to be calling this vending machine. And this can actually have spaces, unlike before. Now click next. And next again, these are properties which students can experiment with, and this is the important tab where we're going to be adding on the procedure we just made. So we want it so that when the block is right clicked, it performs our vend procedure. Then click next, next again, and we're done. Let's see how it works. So if we want to compile it, we head over to console. We wait until we see this build successful message appear again. So we're just going to skip forward a little bit. Now that that's done, I hit the play button and this will begin compiling our mod, and we'll be back in a second again. So once you've entered your world and you found your block, place it down and let's try it out. So if I now right click on this, it's going to spawn a bunch of gems. Let's see how many there are. There are going to be 64. Now imagine trying to draw in 64 spawn gems. That would have taken a while. But with loops, that made that process a lot faster and a lot easier. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one.